Alrighty everybody, this is Dale coming to you again from DHT. Beautiful Saturday, November, really beautiful. Most of the leaves are down. There's still a bunch hanging on, but most of them's down for the most part. You can see behind me, still a few hanging on here and there. Today I'm across the road from the house. The main garden and all that stuff up there is pretty well ready for winter. There's some stuff I want to cover on that as well sometime. I don't know if it'll be in this video, probably not, but this video here, I'm going to mow this area down here in the patch where the big garden is. This whole area, I'm going to mow it down, rake it up, and probably mow it again. Probably mow it twice. Once a normal mow, and then once a really low mow. And then hopefully I can get compost in it yet today, but I don't know if I'll get all that done today or not before it gets too late and cold. It's beautiful out, but it's chilly. But it needs done, so I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna work on that today. So we'll take you along for the ride. So here we go. Okay, so this area here is the area that I just took all the wildflower seeds and all of our old seeds that was 2+ years old and scattered them out. So we have pretty good production in this area. But as you can see, it's all grown up, and for the most part, we've had a couple good frosts. Actually, pretty much every day this week we had a pretty hard frost. It's been pretty chilly in the mornings. But yeah, so the tomatoes that's still there is kind of nasty. The only thing that's looking good is the broccolis. The broccolis still look pretty decent. All the wild carrots, they're dying back, which that's fine. I want them gone anyways. Another broccoli. There's a radish. I'm not going to worry about it either. I'm going to mow it over. So yeah, there's some fruit that should have been picked up before it froze, but it is what it is. There's some kind of squash that's pretty much frozen and rotten. There's another squash. It's frozen and no good. There's some sort of pumpkin. I don't know sure what it is, but I'll gather that up. There's actually some lettuce too that's probably still okay. Some kind of lettuce. And there's some more radishes and whatnot out through here. There's a squash right there. The beets could be harvested that's still up here, but I'm not going to worry too much about them either. Actually, well, I don't know. I may come through and pull them, but they're so little, I don't know that they're worth worrying too much about. I'll probably let them alone. We got a lot of beets out of them. So I'm just going to basically mow this area, rake everything up, and then mow it again. I'm gonna mow it up as tall as I can. My only concern about, for the most part, is this area right here. That right there is a ground cherry. They are good. Of course, they're no good now, but they are delicious. Inside that husk is it's in the tomato family. It's ground cherry. Sweet Anne's something or other, I think they're called. Those things there, you almost can't get rid of them once you got them going, because they'll come back every year. The seeds won't freeze in the wintertime like a lot of seeds will. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll figure it out. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. But there's some there's a big patch right there's a smaller patch. There's some over in there. But for the most part, I'm not going to worry a whole lot. It'll be what it'll be. I'll cross the bridge with the weeds when they come, but there's weed seeds on everything. There's another big patch of them. These wild carrots, they'll drop seeds. I'll be fighting them for years too, but we'll figure it out. So I'm going to get to work. I'm going to set the camera down, show you how I mow, or zoom it up so you can see me quick. Okay, so I moved it the first go round, as you saw, and I was gonna rake it. In fact, I went and got my rake and my garbage can, because we all know when you rake something, it's easier to throw it in the trash can and haul it to the compost pile than it is to put it in a wheelbarrow or whatever. Always use a trash can, leaves or anything, always use a garbage can. We have a bunch of garbage cans laying around just for that purpose. But as far as raking it goes, I didn't get a whole lot raked because it's still too many vines and whatnot in there from the squashes. pumpkins and whatnot that was growing. So I'm going to mow it down and lower, mow it down a little bit lower, about halfway, and mow it like you would a lawn, down about the size you would a lawn. Then I'll rake it after I do that. But I did get a fair bit of stuff in the trash can. Some radishes, it was way past due, and there's a pumpkin down there you can see. And then some weeds. I don't really want to pull the weeds because the roots do a lot of work in the winter months. They did a lot of work through the summer, putting sugars and whatnot down in the soil to feed all the microorganisms and all that, and they'll rot up in the ground. When they rot up in the soil like that, they actually, that's a lot of biomass above and below. Yeah, so that's why I'm not pulling the weeds out. I'm just going to mow them down as low as I can, and then put compost over the top. But I need to mow it one more time down a little bit lower, and then we'll get it from there and see what happens. Okay, so I mowed it again, mowed it down a little lower. It's starting to look pretty good. Yeah, let me move out of the way so you can see it better. Starting to look pretty good. I need to go down a little bit more yet. Right there, I'm on, I'm not sure what notch I'm on. I think I got, yeah, I'm on the second notch. So I got 3-4 more to go. So I'll probably mow it. I don't know if I'll mow it all the way down because it's hard to mow all the way down. That's pretty rough. But I'm not going to rake it this time again yet either. I started mowing it a minute ago down lower like I said I was going to do. Then I just thought, what the heck, I'll just put the bagger on now and I'll bag it up. So there's what you get out of it when you put the bagger on. Then you ain't got to worry about raking it. There's still a lot in there that needs raked up, but I didn't. And I will rake it when I'm done, but I'm not going to rake it right now. So I'll mow it probably 1, maybe 2 more times before I rake it. And I'll probably get the weed burner out after I rake and make sure that I won't necessarily burn everything down to nothing, but I will hopefully get a lot of it burnt down. And I may, there were them spots that I was showing you earlier with the where the ground cherries are. I might put cardboard or newspaper or something down pretty thick right in over the top of those areas before I put the compost down. That'll help snuff them weeds out. So as long as you don't mix your soil up, you'll not have to ever worry about them weeds. They'll just keep pounding compost on top year after year after year, and them seeds will stay under the ground. They'll not push through. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do that or not, but I may. So we'll see how it looks when I get done mowing it 1 or 2 more times and then raking it out and weed burning it. We'll see. Alrighty, I mowed it several times. Got a fair bit of compost in the compost bins over there. I filled that trash can up 3 times down here just by mowing and what fit in that little bagger. I never did rake it. I started to, and a lot of stringy stuff, and I thought, why rake it when I got a bagger on the mower? So I did it the lazy way, but it does need raked. Alrighty, I believe I got everything about as good as I can get it with the mower. I'm going to probably rake it. I'm going to get the weed burner out and burn it all down first. Not burn it down per se, but burn a lot of it. Definitely burn where the seeds are that I can see. I'm going to burn that extra good because I don't want all them coming back. And I'm not going down there and picking every one of them up by hand either. I'll break it up the best I can, but I'm going to burn them. There's a lot of, like there's a squash that there probably won't, I'm not going to worry too much about it. It can rot right there. Them seeds in it, so I'm sure not mature at all. There's a bunch of radishes that I never got. I'm going to let them in the ground. They'll break down in the ground. I'm not going to worry about them. There's a couple small turnips. They can stay there. That turnip there, it's probably pretty good size if you put it up, but I'm not going to worry about those. I'm gonna try to rake up these ground cherries the best I can and put them in the compost bins up there, over there. See what happens with them. Yeah, there's a lot there. But like I say, I'm gonna rake them up the best I can and get the weed burner out and burn them. So we'll see what happens with them next year. I'm gonna put sweet corn down here next year, so I want to make sure I got everything pretty good. I don't want to have a bunch of weeds down here. So I think it's gonna work out just fine. But I'm gonna rake it up, weed burn it. I may rake it again, or maybe even mow it again with a bagger on, and put compost down. So we'll see how it looks when I'm finished. Alrighty, I'm gonna start running the weed burner. I'm gonna run it across here one time, the whole way through. You don't gotta kill. You ain't gotta fry stuff. You just gotta give it a good skim. There's some where them ground cherries was. I'll definitely heat them up a little more than I do a lot of the other stuff. But you don't gotta really hit it hard. You just gotta skim across it. So, yeah. And the sun is super bright. That's why I got my glasses on. I'm not complaining about the sun because I definitely love the sun, but it's bright. I usually try to take my glasses off for the camera, but they're on now because I can't see. So I'm gonna get the weed burner, start burning weeds. Okay, so I got everything burnt. I would have got done quicker. Sun's going down now. You can see it over there behind the trees. But we actually had company just a couple minutes ago. He just left. Guy surveyed and marked our pins where they were up in that corner and over in this corner. So now we know where our property lines are. We knew where the back pins was, but we never knew where the front pins was. So when he came, I stopped doing this and went up there and helped him. But so that's done anyway. So now that we know where the pins are, we can mark out and start laying out what we're going to do down here, and as far as where the berry bushes and all that's going to go. Over this area, I'll probably put 3 or 4 inches of compost down over it, because this has never been composted. I never did nothing here this year other than just throwed seed down, peeled the sod off and throwed down seed, and that's really all I did. So I'm gonna let it sit for a few days and rake it up, probably mow it again to try to suck up some more of the stuff, and then rake it, and then I might even weed burn it again before I put the compost in underneath that tarp. So I'm gonna clean this mess here up, put my mower and weed burner away, and I'm gonna take you up above and show you something else we've been working on for a little while. So stick around for a couple more minutes and we'll talk to you. Okay, so I just wanted to show you we got all of our plants cleaned up and put away. So we still got the hose out. Need to get that wrapped up. I'll probably wrap it up. I wrapped this one here up, but I never wrapped that one up yet. The other day I was down here unhooking the water and whatnot, and was telling you I was going to let that hose out and let all the spikes out, but I cleaned them up because they would have gotten away. We took everything out right there, so whenever we get snow, we can clean it off the roof of the greenhouse and get the snow blower back there and blow it out so it doesn't lay up against it. That's why we moved them all from there. We put them all right here, and all we do is just put them all right tight together. That's how we store them all winter long. We've done that like that for years. And actually it worked good. Plants, we'll probably lose a few of those, but for the most part we'll keep all those plants. They won't die off like that. They're perennials, so they don't know they're not in the ground. As far as they know, they're in the ground, especially the ones in the middle. They have no idea. The ones around the outside edge, we might lose a couple here or there, but all in all, we don't bother. Once in a while you get rabbits and deer in there, but very rarely. They don't usually mess with nothing. So I just wanted to show you that too before I close this out. I wanted to show you how we stored our plants for the winter. I've not been asked that question, but I figured it was coming. So so yeah, down there I just need to clean that up again in a few days. It's supposed to be warm this week, so it's supposed to be in the 50s this week, which is way better than it's been. Today was pretty nice. Today actually got up in the 50s. Right now the sun going down, it's cold. It cooled off pretty quick. It was like 51 for a high today, but I'm not sure what it is now. But this past week we got down, it was down in the 20s every morning when I'm on my way to work this week. Except yesterday, it was actually 31, I think, yesterday morning. This morning it was 28 when I got out of bed, this is Saturday. So yeah, so I just wanted to share with you how we store the plants in the winter. I'll probably give you another tour of the greenhouse here in a few days. I do want to explain a few other things to you here in the next couple weeks. We've got some more winter stuff I need to get taken care of, but so that's going to end this one. So until we meet again, take care and God bless.